Hey, Dan Meyer here, and we're going to talk to you today about another great tip for do's and don'ts of going live. So this is basically something I think is super important, and people undervalue this one, and it's don't get caught short-handed. Have somebody on your live with you, an admin, a friend, a wingman, a moderator, somebody who can interact with the people that are interacting with your live, right? Someone that can greet people via the text chat or via whatever thing you're doing. If you're on Zoom, if you're on YouTube, you can do different things to get comments and have people engage back and forth there, right? That's important so people get acknowledged, because you may not see everything pop up as people are joining your live stream. You also want to make sure that somebody is moderating for people that are bombing you, or people that are just bad people on there doing crazy shit. You want to make sure they get off, right? So if you have the ability to kick people out, you want to be able to do that, or flag people for bad behavior. Have a wingman do that for you, and most importantly, somebody that can give you prompts. Can say, make sure you welcome this person. Make sure that you greet this VIP viewer, that somebody who comes back every time, somebody who's one of your best customers, somebody who really can influence you and your message. You want to make sure you're not short-handed. And trying to go live alone is really not a way to be successful. You got to have a BFF that's on there with you, that's helping you make sure that your stream is something that you're able to focus on, and everything else around it, you got somebody else looking out for you, so you know when you need to acknowledge something or greet somebody or say get out of here, whatever it may be. So don't get caught short-handed. I'll be back again soon with more tips on how to be more successful when you go live. All right, the next tip I have for you is super important, and it's very simple. Don't be late. If you schedule a stream, if your people are used to seeing you online at a certain time doing a certain thing, stick to that. Don't waste people's time, right? Whether it be a Zoom call or you're doing some kind of show, you're broadcasting something, you're sharing something, you're teaching something, you're doing something on a regular basis, you can't afford to be late. Your audience depends on you, right? That's what you want them to be feeling. That you want that sense of dependability that you give them. You want to create a sense of certainty between you and your audience, that they know when they want you, they know where to get you. They know what time you're going to be there. That's key, right? That's really, really important if you're trying to build up an audience, is you get a bunch of people that will come back and be repeat viewers. And that can't happen if they can't find you, if they don't know when you're streaming, if it's inconsistent. But if you're able to be on time every time, they know you're there, they're going to come find you. It's a real buzz killer when you go to watch somebody and they're not there, because you're kind of thinking, oh, I want to check out what this person's doing. I want to see the latest stuff. And they're usually online right now, and they're not. Where are they? What happened? Did they vanish? And then you forget about them. You find someone else to do something with your time with, and boom, you've lost a member of your audience, right? You don't want to do that. So don't be late. Be on time. Stick to a schedule and make sure you do whatever it takes to be there. So that's my tip for today. I'll be back soon with more do's and don'ts of going live. Hey, Dan Meyer here, and today we're going to share another do's and don'ts tip of going live. So this tip is a do. You want to make it interactive, right? This is based on what I've seen from a bunch of people I've been watching. I've been spending a good chunk of the last month or so really, really understanding what's making people more successful in live, because I see so many people live streaming, and most of it's just not something I want to spend my time watching, right? Why is that? Because it's not something that engages with me. I don't feel like I can interact with the host or the broadcaster. There's not an ability to have some kind of banter, and we need that, right? Especially in times where most of us are doing most of the things we do virtually. We want to be able to have that conversation, that interaction, and you need to make sure you're encouraging that and you're supporting that. So you want to make sure you do your best to accommodate different mediums, right? You want to talk to people about what you're doing. You want to reach them where they're at. So, and you can cross-pollinate too, right? So if you do most of your streaming on Facebook, you can save it and upload it to YouTube. You can stream on YouTube live and have it go to Facebook. You can use different apps to do this. You can do different hosting services. There's so many ways to do it, but you want to keep making sure that whatever you're doing, it's getting to people in a way that you can receive feedback, right? So one of the negatives of having multiple streams, of having things out there where people are sharing stuff for you, you lose the ability to interact, right? So you want to think about, how do you keep your core audience? How do you keep your rabid fans, your true believers, engaged, and then have them become people who engage for you, right? So you spin that off to having people that are your wingman, your support, your BFF, people that can help you make it interactive for everyone, especially if you start getting a big audience. There's no way the host by themselves can be super interactive. You got to be able to share that across other people's ability to be part of your stream as well. So you want to make sure that your viewers feel like they're not just watching a show, but they're participating in an event, right? They'll keep coming back if they're sharing your life with you, not watching your life. That's a really big difference. So that's my tip for today. Make it interactive. I'll be back again soon with more do's and don'ts of going live. Hey, Dan Meyer here, and I am back to talk to you once again about do's and don'ts of going live. So the tip for today is have a catchy introduction. Now you have to have a profile page for whatever it is you're doing, wherever you're streaming, whether you're streaming on Twitch or you're streaming on YouTube or you're streaming on Facebook. There's got to be a way you're driving people to some kind of page, right, to view you. And when you do that, you have a profile that has to have some kind of introduction, a headline, a title, something that stands out, right? Something that's going to get people's attention. So on a lot of my profiles, I talk about what we do. We help people find VAs. It's very business focused, right? Virtual staffing. Focus on what you do best, hire for all the rest. Things like that, are catchy for me because I'm trying to attract people for my business. Now, if I was trying to entertain people, I'd do something different. If I was trying to showcase a skill or talent, if I was trying to do something that was more educational, like teaching, I would have a different introduction, but it would be short, it would be to the point, it would be catchy, right? It's like a business card. People look at that and they immediately decide whether they think you're credible or not. Even if you're entertaining, they're going to look and see, what do you do? What are you famous for? What instrument do you play? What kind of personality do you have? What is it? A simple bio, just a sentence or two, a catchy phrase, a motto, something to get their attention that will make them go, I think I want to watch this person stream. You can play around with it. Maybe you don't get it right the first time. And also go out and look at what other people are doing. Look at your favorite stars and whatever platform you're using. And look and see what they're using. You want to be relatable. You want to come across as someone people want to spend their time with. So one way to do that, to ensure that you get a little head start, a little step up in the competition, is just make sure you have a good profile and include some kind of catchy phrase or introduction. That's my tip for today. And I will be back to you again soon with more do's and don'ts of going live. Hey, Dan Meyer here, and today I'm going to give you another tip on do's and don'ts of going live, and this one is called See What Your Audience Sees. They say the eyes are the window of the heart, right? When people look at your eyes, they know what's in your heart. So you need to be making eye contact almost all the time. Even when I'm recording videos, I try so hard to keep my eyes mostly focused on you. Now, I don't stare nonstop because that's kind of creepy, right? But you don't want to spend time looking at your phone. You don't want to spend time reading something, have multiple screens and doing this while people can see it. You want to focus on your audience, right? You want to pretend you're in a one-on-one conversation with them right there in front of them. So when you look in the camera, the audience is under the illusion that you're looking directly at them. Never forget that, right? See what they see. So see what they're seeing around you. What's your background? What's the lighting? What's the sound quality? What kind of visuals do you have? What are you wearing? Are you wearing makeup? Are you trying to impress through dressing up? All these things matter. And I've listed a bunch of tips either before or after this one that you'll catch that are really about understanding all the things that go on to being successful when you go live. And this is based on my research that I've spent a lot of time lately watching different people on different platforms, understanding what makes a successful performer and who are really the best broadcasters out there in the live space across things like Facebook and Twitch and YouTube. And so basically, you want to pay attention to all the details when you're speaking, right? Record yourself, watch yourself, right? Are you making good eye contact? Are you smiling a lot? Are you engaging, right? Pay attention to your body language, your facial expressions. I am very animated. It's just my style, right? Some people think it's not the best thing to do to have your hands waving around all the time, but for me, I need that, right? Because if I look just my normal self, I'm kind of a serious guy, right? I have that appeal to people that I'm smart and that I get things done and that I'm credible. But on the downside, that makes me a little bit on the intimidating side and sometimes kind of boring. So I got to change it up, right? I got to release my extrovert, and this is my extrovert for you. So that's my tool today, my tip for you. But the thing that I think you should do is really see what your audience sees. Record yourself and watch how you interact. Watch how you interact with your audience. Make sure that the eye contact is happening. So I'll be back again soon with more tips. This is what I have for you today. I hope it helped. And now go out there and have a great day.